and joins across the country as the country gears towards a high peak of what is termed as the festive season. So I have a quick question. Remember, Thursday is a new Friday, and I have a gadget. I don't know, majority of you, if you can identify what it is. You know, please, it's not a T Verizon phone BlackBerry. I know the BlackBerry T Verizon looks like this. Yeah, this is a calculator. If you were born in my time and before my time, you must have used this. But now, question is, how many of you are using calculators, or you're using what you have already on your phone, as my colleague mentioned? Remember, Thursday is the new Friday. So if you're still working on your math, trying to make, your finances make sense, well, it's a high time that you did so before you start spending. They say this is the month where you step out maybe to buy a newspaper, or to buy just something very, minor, like maybe even a matchbox, and you end up somewhere in Naivasha, Mombasa and the likes. So kindly, before you embark on those unplanned journeys, and entertainment and all that, ensure that your January is secured. If you're a parent or a guardian, if you can, do make sure that you have sorted the school fees. School is here to stay. We are also expecting any moment from now the results of KJSER, that is. We'll be keeping tabs on that. So school remains inherently the same. So if you can, take care of your primary obligations before you go out partying. Not to sound like a preacher, but hey, it makes January less than 90 days, right? All right, I'm Regina Manyara. The rest of the team is on the other side of the studio, and in not too long, you're going to be sampling what is hot in the entertainment industry. Remember, Thursday is a new Friday, so to speak. Tomorrow is a holiday, so that actually makes sense. It's going to be Jamhuri Day, and this year's theme is all centered around the tourism sector. When you look at the numbers, the highest numbers that we ever recorded as a country were recorded in the year 2011 and years before, or rather preceding the 2007-2008 post-election violence. Then came COVID in 2019 that eroded the gains made by the tourism industry, not just in the country, but also across the globe. So as the president gears to release a report of the tourism report, our reporters have been in different places of the country just trying to keep tabs on inroads that have been made to bring tourism back to profitability and even surpass the targets that it has. We have a target of 3 million by the end of the year, this year, so to speak. So we'll see how the Ministry of Tourism, as well as other stakeholders, intends to have that achieved. Now, let me bring you up to speed those stories that have been making headlines, and you can also be part of this conversation. Get us on X at KBC Channel 1. Now, the government will enroll community health promoters, the Social Health Authority, SHA. This was resolved jointly during a national and county government summit, where both levels of government agreed to cater for the cost of health insurance for the community health promoters, even as they work on absorbing them on permanent and pensionable terms. Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki, reading a communique after the day-long summit, also revealed the National Treasury would release the county funds for November by next week, Thursday.
The government of Kenya will offer comprehensive insurance for all the CHPs across Kenya, the 107,000 of them, and the cost of the premiums for that insurance will be borne by the national government and the county governments on a 50-50 basis. I think that is an important highlight for today. The Ministry of Health, Public Service Commission, the Council of Governors, and the National Treasury shall develop a framework for the transition of UHC's staff to permanent and pensionable basis.
The summit resolution that the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury releases gross payroll costs to all counties by the second and third of every month, second or third of every month, ensures that every county then has money to meet their payroll costs.
That particular summit has made it to the headlines in various dailies across the country there, with the government assuring its officers that they're going to have a specific day to receive their salaries. Now, the Independent Medical Legal Unit, IMLU, has raised concerns over what it terms as an unprecedented escalation of human rights violations in the country. In its 2025 report on human rights violations, the organization has warned that the country is sliding towards authoritarianism, marked by unchecked use of force and shrinking civic freedoms. IMLU is now calling for the strengthening of independent institutions such as IPOA to avert the trend.
State repression, oppression of citizens, and suppression of voice, excessive use of force, targeted attacks on civil society, on journalists, on activists, on human rights defenders.
We take note that youth and peaceful protesters were charged under anti-terrorism legislation, undermining constitutional rights and due process.
IMLU urges the Government of Kenya, oversight institutions, and international partners to immediately strengthen the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, which is IPOA, investigative and arrest powers, safeguard the provisions of the Constitution, in particular the rights to assembly, association, movement, expression, and political choice.
Now, a section of leaders within government from Mount Kenya have embarked on a mission to drum up support for President William Ruto and popularize the government's successes ahead of the 2027 general elections. During a meeting to strategize the way forward, the leaders vowed to reach out to all the 13 counties of Mount Kenya region, to the diaspora, to ensure our two-term slogan is a reality.
The Kenya Kwanza's efforts to ensure President William Ruto clinches another term in 2027 has taken a new shape, with a section of senior government officials from Mount Kenya region now forming a group dubbed Mount Kenya Caucus Unity for Purpose ahead of the 2027.
It is important to acknowledge and to celebrate the fact that this group has done a lot. But it is important that each one of us tujitume.
What happened in Beere is what would be replicated in Mount Kenya West if we had a vacancy that is sought to be filled. Kama kuna mtu atajiuzuru mpande wa Mount Kenya West, webe itakuwa ni ule.
The group aims at identifying priority areas for the region, as well as articulating successes of the Kenya Kwanza government.
The first priority is to support His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, under who we all serve.
And the mission is simple, that our region gave His Excellency the President the highest votes. 2027, we must do the same. As many of that opinion say aye.
Those in attendance were Cabinet Secretaries Rebecca Miano and Geoffrey Ruku, and Principal Secretaries Dr. Salome Biako, Alex Washira, Anne Wangombe, Betsy Njagi, and Ephantus Kimodo, among other senior government officials. Meanwhile, Wiper Patriotic Front leader Kalonzo Musyoka has urged leaders to be truthful in order to earn the public trust. He spoke when he received aspirants into his party, including former Kiambu County Speaker Stephen Dichu.
In addition to communication, you have also to know how to lead. Leadership, as I said, is a calling. You know, these days it's possible, that's why a lot of people are one term. Because when achaguliwa, alafu watu wanajua, hey, this is not the guy. This is not the guy. Tupigie Stephen Dichu.
Tilio Marco for Prime Edition.
Away from politics, now the National Gender and Equality Commission has exposed sharp inequalities affecting Kenya's most vulnerable communities, from barriers to green energy access to obstacles that continue to push girls out of schools in marginalized counties. 4 reports launched by the commission paint a picture of gaps in girls' education and disturbing effects of gender-based violence response. The commission is also appealing for collaboration to ensure girls, women, children, persons with disabilities, minorities and marginalized groups are fully included in development.
The National Gender and Equality Commission has launched 4 reports following a survey conducted in 18 ASAL counties and Nairobi. Among others, the report revealed that 84% of ASAL county residents are aware of green energy solutions, while persons with disabilities and marginalized communities have the least access.
This study, as you are taken through, demonstrates how clean energy is not merely a climate issue, but a gender and equality issue affecting household health, safety, economic opportunities, and environmental justice.
One big barrier to access to equality services is assistive devices for every person's disability.
The second report highlighted challenges affecting girls' learning, including girls having to travel unsafe long distances up to 81 minutes in counties like West Pokot, raising risk of violence, lateness and absenteeism.
This country has around 9,550 secondary schools. Out of those, 30% are boarding schools. And for us as a ministry, recently we partnered with the State Department of Petroleum, and the study we have carried out is that 98% of those schools are relying on firewood for cooking. And now we have embarked on the journey to reverse that.
In Nairobi's informal settlement, 66.7% of learners reported experiencing some form of violence, including online harassment.
We remain steadfast in addressing these dark figures of crime by creating safe, dignified, and survivor-friendly avenue for reporting and response.
To forestall the challenges, NGEC has recommended strengthening school feeding programs in ASAL counties, expanding mentorship and community support for girls, and collaboration to ensure girls, women, children, and persons with disabilities, minorities, and marginalized groups are fully included in government.
And we are not going to be a first world country when we have frozen the potential and the participation of 50% of the population that is women.
Joseph Wahungu for Prime Edition.
Now, Special Advisor on Women Rights to President William Ruto, Henriette Chugai, now says Kenya is ready to reform and build a stronger and safer digital space for the sake of the young generation. Speaking at the Kibabii University, Bungoma County, during the closing ceremony of the second technology-facilitated GBV Forum, Chugai said institutions must act to strengthen an enabling environment that ensures every Kenyan is safe online and offline. The Misuse Act needs to be amended to regulate the ethical use of AI to ensure the digital space is safe, and innovation must serve humanity. The ceremony brought together key stakeholders in the fight against GBV, youth and learning institutions who contributed to discussions around safe spaces for the youth, who are the majority online users.
Gender equality and inclusivity must be the foundation of Kenya's digital future. May our actions speak louder than our words. Our online spaces, we need to strengthen digital resilience and ensure that every young person, especially young women, can navigate the digital world safely.
Those sentiments come in the wake of debate in regard to the amendments to that particular act, with them saying that some of the amendments are going to infringe on data privacy. We'll continue keeping tabs on the development in regard to that issue. Now to the corridors of justice. Joshua Mutui Muime, widely known as Brigadier Muimi, already facing charges in high-profile fake Kenya Defence Force recruitment scam, is now facing fresh allegations of defrauding a Nairobi resident, Brenda Otieno, of 610,000 shillings. The alleged fraud reportedly took place in October 31st of 2025 in Kilimani. Chief Magistrate Dolphina Alego, who presided over Wednesday's hearing, granted Mwimi a 500,000 shillings bond or 100,000 cash bail. The pre-trial hearing is scheduled for January the 12th, 2026. Mwimi has previously been charged with defrauding multiple victims by claiming he could secure them employment in the Kenya Defence Forces.
We are not opposed to bonds. For this one, we are praying for 2 weeks for pre-trials.
Or a cash bill of 100,000 plus 2 contact persons. You'll have your pre-trial on the 12th day of January 2026.
From the courts to business now, Kenya's bid to start the mining of high-grade gold is inching closer, with the government, local community and miners agreeing on a pact to start operations. The mineral, with an estimated value of almost 700 billion shillings, has been at the center of a deadly contest, pitting the investor, local politicians and villages around the mines. Yesterday, the Ministry of Mining held a consultative meeting with 3 stakeholders and agreed on a tripartite work plan.
The meeting also yielded a joint communique between the Ministry of Mining and the County of Kakamega, including Kakamega County Artisanal Mining Committee, stating the need for adoption of a structured approach to the proposed Shanta Gold project to ensure it secures the interests of all stakeholders.
We have agreed with the governor and the leadership and the member of parliament, the MC and the speaker and the chair of the artisanal mining in that area, that number one, we shall ensure that there is going to be a win-win situation. Nobody, and I want to be very clear, at whatever level, nobody will be sacrificed for the benefit of another.
We have discussed so much around artisanal mining, and I want to assure all the artisanal miners, wherever you are, the government really cares for us.
It was also agreed that the adoption of a unified communication strategy on the proposed project to relay factual and timely information about the project to the public is essential.
Sisi kama viongozi wa Kakamega, kwanza kabisa tunaunga mradi huu kwa sababu utakuja kufaidi watu wote wa Kakamega, wakiwemo pia wale ambao wanamiliki ardhi zetu. Na tumekubaliana ya kwamba mradi huu utafanikishwa kupitia kwa sheria ambayo iko, na pia tutakuwa tunawasiliana kila wakati.
This comes after artisanal miners who rely heavily on small-scale gold extraction in the area protested attempts to move them to pave the way for large-scale extraction.
As we condole the loss of the lives in Kolomani, we also want to see how do we work together to ensure it doesn't happen again. And the way to do it is to manage them properly.
Shanta Gold Kenya Limited estimates that 1,270,380 ounces of high-grade gold will be extracted from the Isulu and Bushiangala locations in Kakamega's Ikolomani constituency. The company said in October that it had also applied for NEMA approval to start a 17.7 billion shillings mining project in Siaya's Ramula, East Game and Mwivona in Vihiga County.
Still sticking with business, given that it is the Tourism Week, the government is set to release the much-awaited National Wildlife Census, which will inform key decisions in wildlife management. The exercise, which has been ongoing since last year, is expected to offer more insight into Kenya's conservation journey, the impact of climate change on wildlife, and in the investment needed. The government is also expected to launch the Tourism Manifesto and a new Magical Kenya campaign signaling continued commitment to advancing Kenya's tourism, wildlife and MICE sectors. Now speaking during the ongoing Magical Kenya Week at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, the Kenya Tourism Board Chief Executive June Chepkemei underscored the need to expose young people to diverse opportunities within the sector. Chepkemei says Kenya's tourism industry holds vast potential for economic contribution, job creation and innovation, provided that the youth are equipped with the right skills.
Na mi kitu moja nimekuja kugundua ni tuko kwa street tunapiga picha but we don't have the information. Sasa mimi naweza encourage my youth wakuje kwa vitu kama hizi walan.
We want to be grateful to Kenya Tourism Board for the opportunity to recognize that youth play a very integral part in developing and growing the economy of this country, and more importantly in the tourism sector. And the reason for focusing on the youth, I'm very impressed, is because they are digital savvy. The tourism is all digital driven.
Our target is to train 200 young people in tourism entrepreneurship, build their capacities to be able to get into a franchise, to either do ticketing, hotel reservations, and all other touch points of tourism that they can monetize. And from the training and the mentors who have already agreed to take up these young people.
It's Tourism Week, and it's going to be culminating tomorrow at KICC there as Kenya marks Jamhuri Day that is themed around tourism. So much is going to be discussed, and the much-awaited report there, as well as a manifesto that is going to guide stakeholders going forward in the hospitality industry. Now that takes us to sports, where the Kenya Ports Authority KPA women's basketball team booked a place in the quarterfinals of the Women's Basketball League Africa qualifiers after finishing second in Group B in Cairo, Egypt. The quarterfinal action is set for Friday at the Prince Abdallah Al Fazal Sports Hall in Cairo. Now I'm just asking why the producer did not remind us that Arsenal was playing yesterday. Well, to square now, let's not be jealous. Well, Arsenal did indeed score 3 goals against none as it took on Club Brugge yesterday in the UEFA Champions League match played yesterday. And just looking at how the table looks like in as far as the UEFA Champions League is concerned, Arsenal is still at the top of the table in as far as the Champions League is concerned with 18 points, Bayern coming in second, PSG third with 13 points, Man City coming in fourth, 13 points, Atalanta at 13. Now, if you just look at the statistics there, in as much as the Club Brugge had over 90% command of the ball there against 89% of Arsenal. Arsenal still carried the day. Further details in regard to what has been happening across the world in as far as sports is concerned, business, and also just back home here locally, get to visit or rather peruse our website, that is www.kbc.co.ke for better information. So much is happening on the global scene, and talking about sports, we just heard from international media sources that come next year, travel to the United States might just require your social media history. That is according to President Donald Trump. We'll continue keeping tabs on what is happening across the world as we focus on matters geopolitics. You know, they say some countries sneeze and we all get a cold. We'll be keeping tabs on that. Have a great day ahead. I leave you in the capable hands of Mike as well as Vivian. Remember, Thursday is a new Friday, and you too can be part of this conversation. Get us on X at KBC Channel 1. I'm Regina Manyara. Happy holidays.
I did something stupid. Really stupid. The only thing I can do now is to pray to the Almighty and face the consequences. Yeah.
I could swear some things that should be there are missing. What are you hiding, Lucia? Do you know about something? Are you hiding it too?
I'm not hiding anything, Aunt Rebecca.
You, Amador, had something to do with Trini's death.
What? You are far worse than I imagined, Rebecca.
What are you talking about?
About Mrs. Trini, what else? You can't deny that it was pretty convenient for you that she died precisely now, huh?
Please don't leave me, Marcelo. Marcelo, if I lose you, I know that I wouldn't survive this.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد.
Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam alitufundisha kuwa kila kiungo cha binadamu hutoa sadaka kila siku jua linapochomoza, kwa maana kila kitendo jema huwa na thawabu. Sadaka yoyote iwe ndogo au kubwa ina thamani kubwa mbele ya Allah.
Hebu tufuateni yale Mtume sallallahu alaihi wasallam aliyotuamrisha ndio tupate usalama, lakini sivyo bali tutaishi kwenye maisha ya dhiki.
Are you a talented artist, or are you passionate about a topic you want to discuss? But money can be very hard to find for an upcoming artist. Don't worry, Studio Mashinani has got your back. Sign up on ajira.co.ke to book a session with our music and video producers across the country. Work on your music, jingles, spoken words, and even podcasts to realize your dream, all for free. Studio Mashinani, Radani Talent.
The first hour of Good Morning Kenya. Welcome back. My name is Mike Migwe. Now, tomorrow is the 12th of December 2025, and we're celebrating the 62nd Jamhuri Day since independence. And the theme of this event is anchored on tourism, wildlife, and MICE. That is meetings, incentives, and conferences and exhibitions. Basically, that theme, it's just a story of Kenya's aspect when it comes to adventure and opportunity. Now, we want to look at the preparedness for this event because it's happening at Nyayo Stadium, and in studio I'm joined by Mr. Gilbert Kitio, who is the Regional Commissioner, Nairobi County. Welcome to Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Migwi.
Yes, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, this is the 62nd Jamhuri Day celebrations, and it's being hosted within Nairobi County, that is at Nyayo Stadium.
Yes.
What can Kenyans expect? Maybe we could set the context from there. What is the big picture for tomorrow's celebrations?
Thank you very much. Now, this is our 62nd celebration, just the way you put it.
Yes.
And there's a lot of expectation. If you can notice from the theme, which you've just mentioned.
Yes.
You know, tourism for a long time has been one of our biggest foreign income earner.
Yes.
And therefore, this time, the government wants to jumpstart it so that we can have more visitors, more income for Kenyans. Now, the expectations tomorrow are quite many. First of all, in terms of entertainment, there's a lot of entertainment which is lined up for tomorrow, right from dances. We are also having the trooping of the color by the 21st Brigade of our Kenya Army, which is normally a very, very colorful celebration.
Yes.
We will also have the fly past by the Kenya Air Force and the Defense Forces. Then, of course, the culmination of it all is the speech by His Excellency the President. Yes.
Why tourism and wildlife and the aspect of meetings, incentives, conferences? Why that focus?
Yes, the focus mainly, you know, Nairobi is hosting this time. And Nairobi is the center of all those things in the whole of Africa. Actually, we are the leader in Africa. You know, within Nairobi, we are hosting over 21,000 United Nations staff who are resident in Nairobi.
21,000?
21,000. Then we have not talked about the foreign missions which are here. Actually, in international circles, if the diplomats are asked, normally their first choice station is Nairobi. And therefore, we have a very huge potential to attract more and more tourists, not only tourists, even those who are coming for conferences and exhibitions. Just about 3 weeks ago, we had a very big exhibition by the MSMEs of East and Central Africa. they were at Uhuru Gardens.
Yes.
It was a very big event. So there's a lot of potential in this sector, and that's why the government is focusing on that, so that we can increase our incomes. Actually, the tourism sector gives us over 500 billion annually. So you can imagine, if we jumpstart it a little, we'll even get
and
more.
that is a big contribution to the
So
national
huge,
GDP.
huge contribution,
And you look at even exhibitions. Nairobi is trying to position itself as an exhibition destination.
Yes.
So, you know, this year's theme, what does it mean from your perspective? What does it mean for common mwananchi?
Yes, it means a lot for common mwananchi, because now this is a sector which can create jobs, and it has created a lot of jobs. Not only direct jobs, but even indirect jobs. The people who are working in the hotel industry, the people who are working in the tourism industry, the tour guides, and all other indirect benefits that comes to the people working in the national parks. And even you can imagine the conservation of our national parks will be contributed to. You know, we normally have the wild beast migration. Yes, those are some of our selling points and very strong points. Of course, we have the coastal area, which is, we have very nice beaches and that. So this is a sector which actually requires this theme at this time. Yes.
Yes. Let's look at preparedness. From your office's perspective, how well prepared is Nairobi in terms of venues, coordinations, and just overall logistics?
Yes, but Amigo, you know, Nairobi, having hosted several of these celebrations, is almost at the ready in terms of infrastructure, that is in terms of the stadiums. Nya Stadium is well built now. Then now, if you look at other aspects like security, Nairobi has the numbers in terms of security. We have the numbers in terms of departments and preparedness. So generally, Nairobi is almost always ready to host this event. So ours was just to put in place all the necessary things that are required to make it a success. Yes.
Yes. What can you say has been the biggest logistical challenge in terms of preparing for this year's celebrations, and how have you handled it?
Now, normally the biggest challenge is the mobilization of persons to come for the occasion.
Yeah.
Yes. But all the other aspects, for example, if you talk of the military parade, the military is always ready. When we talk of the groups, the entertainment groups, okay, that could also be a challenge to some extent, because they have to be brought from different areas, and then they practice for 1 to 2 months before they are completely ready. But generally, we don't have a lot of serious challenges. That's why I can assure Kenyans that we are ready for the event. Yes.
You know, when it comes to security and public safety, of course, there is a big celebration, and which means there will be huge crowds. Are there any specific security measures that you have put in place to ensure that when it comes to safety, everything goes orderly for everyone?
Yes. Now there are several security measures which are in place. First of all, we want to start from the estates, because when you invite almost 30,000 people to Nyayo, it means so many homes will be left unattended. And therefore, we have started by securing the estates. We will secure all the estates. Number 2, we will secure the routes which leads to and from Nyayo. Then we'll also secure the parkings, because we don't want people to lose their vehicles in parkings or their valuables. Then we have also put in place very good crowd control measures. Because, you know, when we are dealing with 30,000 people, we must also be prepared in terms of crowd control.
Yes.
Yes. So generally, then there are other aspects, of course. The other aspects of maybe issues of terrorism, and that. We are ready for all those eventualities in case of anything. Then now, even in terms of safety, we are prepared just in case maybe there is a stampede, maybe there's people who are feeling unwell. We have ambulances. the NDOC are in place. This is the agency which is dealing with the emergencies. Yes, they have put everything in place. There are some hospitals which have been put on standby, just in case of anything. But we don't anticipate any trouble. But even in terms of sitting arrangements within Nyayo Stadium itself, the place has been segmented so that various groups sit in various areas within the stadium. And if there will be any spillovers, there are very good arrangements on how they will be ushered in once the Kenya Army and our defense forces are through with the field. Yes.
Yeah, so are there arrangements that in case the stadium is full, there are screens outside?
Yes, there will be screens outside. Which
outside the stadium?
Yes, outside the stadium, which will hold the people for a while. But once the defense forces are through and the field is vacant, now we will usher in all the people to come and sit within the field, so that they can listen to the presidential speech. Yes.
You know, traffic flow and public transport. This is something that when there are big events, especially within Nairobi, this is something that people have to deal with.
Yes.
You know, so what should they expect in terms of major traffic interruptions and which routes are affected?
Yes, now you can allow me to refer to my notes for accuracy, because we have made very, very accurate preparations for that. Now, on traffic management, all the vehicles from Langata Road will be diverted at Madaraka Road roundabout to Lusaka Road roundabout. And while the aerodrome Wakiru Road will be closed between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. All the vehicles on the expressway road from Westlands will exit at Bunyala exit beginning from 7 a.m. And those from Lolongo will exit at Capital Center. No vehicles will be allowed on the expressway opposite the Nyayo Stadium. Traffic on all the other roads will operate normally. But the advice is we will have traffic policemen at hand to direct the motorists on where the routes they can use and even where they can park. So there should be no cause for alarm because people will be directed. Yes.
So the traffic flow, even in areas of interruption, will be handled by traffic police officers?
Yes, it will be handled by traffic police officers.
But most of the other major roads will be operational?
They'll be operational,
Okay.
Yes.
You know, it's a big event and it involves Kenyans.
It's true.
So how have you made sure that all communities are involved in terms of like the youths and those people living within informal settlements, just to make them feel that they are part of the celebration?
Yes. Now this celebration is all inclusive. Our president has extended an invitation to foreign heads of state, and we are expecting some of them. We will also be having diplomats. We are also expecting government officers. And as you know, normally, our chief guest is His Excellency the President. Then our second most important guest is our common mwananchi, the people from common walks of life. So we have made all arrangements in such a way that people will be invited and will be assisted to come to the event from all sides of Nairobi. Those who are in the slum areas, those who are in posh areas, all of them will be assisted so that they come to the function. Therefore, arrangements are there for each and everyone. The senior most, junior most, everybody. There's space for everyone, even yourselves.
Of course, we shall be there.
Yes.
And you know, such a big event, of course, comes with an economic impact, especially to the residents of Nairobi, especially those who are close to where the event is happening. So, are there opportunities? What opportunities are present for traders, creatives, tourism sector within Nairobi? What does those opportunities look like, and what does this event? How does it present those opportunities to them?
Yes, this event provides a lot of opportunities for persons around the area. First of all, there's a lot of benefits in terms of infrastructural improvements. Now you'll notice that when those infrastructural improvements are taking place, there are a number of things which occur. You know, you'll find there are vendors who are selling one or two things, and even tomorrow there will be people who will be selling miniature flags and other ornaments around the stadium. Some will be selling umbrellas. I'm sure some will be praying for some showers.
Yes.
So that they can make a kill.
Yes.
Yes, there are those opportunities. Yes.
So, you know, the celebrations of tomorrow will be a culmination of some events that have been happening.
Yes.
Maybe you could talk about that, especially when it comes to the events that have been happening.
Yes, there are a number of things which have been running as a build-up to that event. There's an exhibition which has been going on at the Kenyatta International Conference Center, showcasing things to do with the theme which we talked about, tourism. Yes, they have created a miniature Nairobi National Park there, where visitors have been going there, visiting and seeing what we have. Then there is some youth who are also showcasing their talents within that place. Then a number of government parastatals and agencies have also been showcasing how they are prepared for the sector. Yes, so that is something which has been running from right from Monday. Yes.
You know, every year we have Jamhuri celebrations, actually nationally.
Yes.
But Jamhuri celebration, yes, it happens every year. But what can you say about it? Because it's not just a formality that every year on the 12th of December, we have Jamhuri celebrations. What does it denote as a country, beyond the fact that we are a united country?
Yes. You know, now, first of all, if I can start from the beginning, why we celebrate this event. You know, Jamhuri Day, we celebrate two occasions. One of them is attainment of independence.
Yes.
That was on 12th December 1963. Then 1 year down the line, we became a republic. Yes, on the same day. So these are two very critical days in our historical calendar. Now we have to have it annually to remind ourselves of where we have come from. And you know, we have the young generations who are also coming up. They have to be reminded through these celebrations that this is where our nation came from and we have aspirations. But now you can see the creativeness which has come in. You know, initially we just used to go there, dance and that. But now with this creative thinking, where we have the themes, tourism and that, maybe next year we will have a different theme. You know, the occasion will be used to showcase what we have for our country. So it is a very important thing for us. Yes.
So henceforth, the events of Jamhuri celebrations will be themed. Every year we'll have a theme.
Actually, nowadays, the trend is all our celebrations are themed. Not only Jamhuri, but even Madaraka Day, even Mashujaa, they are themed. So that the occasion can also be used to jumpstart other sectors.
Yes. Do you think it enhances Kenya's standing in terms of how the outside world looks at Kenya?
Yes, it does. Because now it brings on board the other players from outside so that they see themselves are also benefiting from our celebrations. But you can imagine if we were just there dancing and showcasing our traditions without theming it. But now that we have themed it, you know, even tourists will be curious to know what is this going on in Kenya. Even visitors will be curious to know what is this new thing. So it creates that appetite for our visitors to come to Kenya, unlike an event which is not themed. Yes.
So, in other words, people can get to interact with the touch points that make Kenya
exactly
a unique country.
Yes, and even our own, even apart from visitors, even our own people. If I were to ask you to be honest, there are some parts of Kenya which you have not gone. Some of our national parks. I hope you have gone to Uhuru Gardens.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah. So there are even our own people who have not gone to those places, and this is an opportunity to showcase to them that we have so many opportunities which we can make use of within our own country.
Do you see that making Kenyans more interested in maybe enhancing local tourism? Because when you talk about tourism, there are some who think tourism is a preserve of people from outside the country.
Yes, actually this kind of celebration, I'm sure will bring some change. Yesterday when I went through the stands at KICC, there were so many young people because they were brought on board to showcase their talents and that. And you see, unlike maybe some years back when we didn't have such things, so many youth never used to go there. Yes. Then I even realized in our program we introduced some youth who will be praying. So it is attracting a lot of youth.
Yes.
Now, if you come there tomorrow, you will notice that there are several children who are performing in terms of entertainment. Then we have teenagers and youth who will be performing live performances. So you see, once you have some few youth, it attracts the attention of other youth. Unlike in the yesteryears, when it was seen like it's an event of the elderly and very serious government bureaucrats.
Yes. Is it, based on what you've said, is it an indicator that the mindset of the youth is shifting in terms of how they view national events and maybe the opportunities that they present?
Yes. You know, the youth are very delicate. They like going to places which they identify with and where they are recognized. Yes. And once they see that they are recognized, maybe in terms of presenting their talents and that, they come in large numbers. And they are also very sensitive. If they notice that a place is, maybe it feels like they are not required, they just keep off. So this one will attract a lot of youth, and which is a plus for ourselves.
Yes. You know, looking at past celebrations, of course there are lessons and improvements you must have inferred from them. So what key lessons can you say have shaped the way your team has handled managing this year's celebrations?
Yes, you know, over time there is continuous improvement. Yes, and our celebration committee, the National Celebrations Committee, has been a standing committee, and they have been doing a lot of improvement from time to time on how they handle things. And one of the improvements is what we have just spoken about, the theming.
Yes.
Second thing is bringing on board the youth. Then the other one is roping in other players, like now the foreigners, the diplomats, and others through these themed celebrations. Then now, if you look at the entertainments nowadays, it is not the traditional one. The ones who are singing the traditional folk songs. Yes, we also have modern ways of entertainment which are in place. Yes, which are very popular with the youth. Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned even you're expecting heads of states. Is there a number of heads of states who have confirmed attendance?
So far, I cannot say for sure, but I know the heads of state from Ghana is expected. The heads of state from Uganda have been invited. We don't know if they'll come or they'll send representatives, but certainly we will have heads of states and representatives of heads of states and diplomats who will be with us.
Indeed.
Yes.
I'm intrigued, Bwana RC. Just paint for us a picture of how the preparations usually are.
Yes. Very bombast. You know, Nyayo, as I mentioned to you, that Nyayo is newly renovated.
Yes.
First of all, it looks very nice.
Yes.
And as of yesterday, it has been decorated in a very, very nice way. And the seating arrangements are so good. Now, our choirs have been rehearsing to do the entertainments. Then we have the Kenya Defence Forces. They'll be doing the trooping of the colour. I don't know whether you have watched the trooping of the colour.
I have watched.
That is the best ceremony of the Kenya Defence Forces.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice one. So it will also be there. Then there will be the fly past by the military and that. Then, of course, we are encouraging Kenyans to come in attire themed on our national colours. By that is you know, the colors of our national flag.
Yeah.
Black, red, green, like that. So that now the whole thing can look very attractive,
Yes.
and that.
Colorful.
Yes, and very colorful. Yes. So generally, I paint a picture of a very positive and successful event tomorrow.
Which is a culmination of long nights.
Yes.
Days on end.
Yes. We have put in almost 1.5 months.
In preparations.
In preparations.
Yeah.
We have not taken any chances because we want you guys to be extremely comfortable. So you should put on your best smile and come.
And have fun.
And have fun. And furthermore, please bring the young ones. Yes, we need the young ones, the teenagers and the kids, so that we can start cultivating that patriotism from the word go. And there are other children there, so people should not worry. We'll be having children who will be entertaining. We'll have about 2,000 school children who will be doing entertainments and other things. So there will be children there already.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's even an aspect of immersing themselves in Kenya's history.
Yes. Yes.
So as we come to the close of this session, what would you say is one thing that you hope Kenyans, those who will attend and those who will be watching at home, what is one message that you hope that Kenyans will learn from tomorrow's celebration?
Yes. First of all, I hope that Kenyans will come in large numbers. We are expecting large numbers. Then number two, we are expecting Kenyans to learn more about patriotism, that we only have one country called Kenya, and this is our homeland. We don't have another one. Yes. Then we will also wish that our people appreciate what the government is doing for them, because there is a lot that the government is doing for the people of Kenya, even as we speak now, in terms of projects, in terms of programs, in terms of youth empowerment, and so many other things. So it's just my wish that they appreciate what the government is doing and they support the government of the day. Yes.
At what time is Kenyans expected to have filled the stadium?
We expect the stadium to be full by 7 a.m. So anybody coming after 7, they will have to wait outside a little bit, then they are ushered in. But the stadium will be open as from 5 a.m. in the morning, so that people can start coming in.
Yes.
And there will be ushers already in place who will show them where to sit. But by 7 a.m., we expect that the stadium will be full. We are expecting His Excellency the President by 9 a.m.
Yes.
So please come early.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for telling us and letting Kenyans know the state of preparedness in as far as preparations for tomorrow's 62nd Jamhuri celebrations are concerned. That is Mr. Gilbert Kitio, who is the Regional Commissioner in Nairobi, talking to us about tomorrow's event. Remember that it is anchored, that is, this year's Jamhuri Day is anchored on the theme that touches on tourism, wildlife, and MICE, that is meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. This is where this conversation ends, but don't go too far. Vivian Degwa will be here to steer you through the entertainment Thursday. But before I leave you, I want to interest you with a quote for today. Actually, it touches more on entertainment. Now, he who cannot dance puts the blame on the floor. He who cannot dance puts the blame on the floor. So it's up to you to ensure that you know how to dance. Don't blame anyone. Don't blame the floor. That's a Hindu proverb. I end this conversation here. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Mike Migwi. Stay with us.
The moon reminds us of home, even we live toil away from it. I wish everyone and their families back in China a blessed holiday. May health and happiness be yours.
Yay, great! You wonder what twist of fate brought us together like this? Back in China, I was on the brink of promotion. Then you suddenly popped out of nowhere and took everything.
Confirm your theory first. If it really was them who backstabbed you, I'll be on your side.
A new era has come to KBC Channel 1 TV on your favorite gospel show, The Backyard, with me, DJ Tabs, as we introduce to you our new host, the one and only award-winning gospel artist, pioneer, Mr. Big Deal, Mr. General, the one and only.
Yes, man, I go by the name Hope Kid the General, Mr. Big Deal, new school dancehall pioneer, and I'm humbled to be your amazing host from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. each and every Saturday with DJ Tabs, the head girl, and we'll be having amazing conversation with some of the leading guest line here on this show.
Join us
each and every Saturday.
Utaruka hapa mpaka ushangae mheshimiwa.
Kweli Nikikwambia uruke sasa utaruka.
Si leo.
Hakuweza kufika. Watoto walikuwa stranded pale.
Sasa mimi niko hapa nasikia, yeye yuko hapo asikii.
I want people who are
bwana.
Who is your teacher? I did not teach like that.
Ulifunza aje?
Nilifunza. Why? Are you prefect?
Yeah. Wewe. Prefect anakujia wapi?
Uko na artistic look.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes.
vijana barubaru, yeah. Ukinipanda uwezi shuka, ikitwa uwezi ruka, kutoka iwezekani, hani, kwangu ni kwako ndani, hata ufungwe shuka, wakushuke matuta, na kuone yanga mbali, unique, mimi ndo mwenye mali, nataka tabibu, anitibu, juwalimu, hanajibu, the way you smile you ignite my soul, nipe your time, your body and soul, ona majaribu, ya usiku, unainama, sina nguvu, wenzako sina hali, usiende mbali, nimeguzwa mahali, na kautamu flani, na kama ni wewe, ongeza mpaka nilewe, utulivu wa bahari, kautamu flani, na kama ni wewe, ongeza mpaka nilewe.
Zangu zikishuka na kuita una lift my mood, umenitepa na umekwama kwangu, nikiwa mavitu nipe vitu zangu zangu haziwezi shuka, you complete upumbavu wangu, mama mia tumia mamia zangu, what a sight, I got my eyes on you.
I close my eyes now, akilini nawaza, furaha tupata vipi, meza yangu nitajibiti, I speak my heart, nimekosewa na my human pride, na nimeona vile love is blind, I pray to God miss my son, when love comes my way, anitibu, jumalimu, hanajibu, the way you smile you ignite my soul, nipe your time, your body and soul, ona majaribu, ya usiku, unainama, nasimama, wenzako sina hali, usiende mbali, nimeguzwa mahali, na kautamu flani, na kama ni wewe, ongeza mpaka nilewe.
Unique. Entertainment Thursday is the show that is on air right now on Good Morning Kenya. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. It is a beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning, the 11th of December. Masaa, yani countdown ya Christmas inakaribia tu. Sasa tumebakisha 14 days 14 days to Christmas. And we right here as the entertainment team, we do nothing but ensure that you get to be entertained, and that is what we will be doing here today. I will be having a conversation with a beauty queen. She'll be here with her crown looking all beautiful. She'll be here to talk to us about her journey in the beauty world and in the pageantry world as well. And then we know that this season is season ya sherehe. And when we talk about season ya sherehe, we also mean season ya events. You know, there's events happening back to back to back. There's concerts taking place each and every weekend. There's an event on Friday, there's an event on Saturday, sometimes even on Sunday. And we want to ensure that you are keeping safe in this event. So I will be hosting one of the security personnel who ensure that when there are events, you know, mambo inaendelea vizuri, and how you can be able to also look after yourself when you attend this concert. Usitoke, oh, simu haiko, umelala mteja, sijui yo. You know, so we'll be having that conversation as well. And as is the usual, Unique the DJ is here. How are you, Unique?
I'm good.
Koje, unaendeleaje? Mambo yako vipi? Mambo yako ya Krismasi umepanga vipi?
Mambo iko sawa, mambo iko sawa. Ni sherehe tu tunaandaa tu. Lakini hata tukisema about sherehe, sijui mimi ndio niko na shida ama ni nini. Siku hizi nyama ya 300 mazee hata wezi kula mara mbili. Ama ni mimi nagongwa na mso wangu wa bucha. Unaweza ni plug?
Sijui wezi kula mara mbili.
Wezi kula mara 3 so. Haiwezi.
Ni ya mara moja hiyo.
Mara moja kama imeenda shule. Sasa sherehe tutapiga aje?
Lakini si inategemea na vile unakula. Sasa si mtu wa buchari ni wewe. Wewe ndio unakula.
So unamaanisha mimi ni mrudi.
Wewe ndio unakula sana. Usianze kusema ati mtu wa buchari wangu ni kama
Mimi nilikuwa nafikiria mimi nikana gongwa. Wallahi.
Ni wewe tu.
Anyway.
What's your portions?
I don't know.
Hapo nimekuvunja moyo, sijali. Wacha tuongelele muziki, usikasirike. So let me know, what do you have in store for us
today? Actually I'm doing things different, very different. Since I've been analyzing most of the hit songs zimekuwa zikitrend most for the whole of the year. Hizo ndo song nimecompile like East Kenya, like same to East Africa most of the. So that is the only playlist that I'm going to play today.
So today it's hit song after another hit song after another hit song. Yes. Hit songs of the year 2025.
2025.
Amazing.
Msinitishe ile ya 20. Unajua kuna zingine ni hit songs zilitoka maybe November, but we are concentrating from January up to December.
Okay.
Only those songs.
Okay.
So I'll be sampling them, I'll be playing them. Na kama kuna ingine utasikia na nitacheza na utasikia, tuandikia hapo kwa comment box, tutakuchezea au sio? Yes.
Absolutely. There you have it. We are going to be having a blast right here on the show. And as we always say, there's nowhere else on a Thursday morning where you'll get to have as much fun as you will right here. So just keep it locked and let's get into it. My DJ, let's go.
Unique boy.
Siwezi mind lakini unasleki. Na cheki vile umemedi. Hisia nazopata ukishika dredi. Hebu niambie kama nilishakupea unipikie. Mara ngapi nitasema usikie. Ukitaka niulize nirudie. Tu mimi ninangoja tu. Lately you've been switching up my point of view. I wasn't even planning to be on this route. Now you got me thinking about my future too.
Sapa tunakuladi mpishi bora tushibe, mwiko refu tunafungadi mshipi bora tupike, kamba ya buto unaweza gongewa, hauna mbota na bado timing unatolewa, bora mpishi jumpishi bora shaolewa, easy but niko easy ganji kitolewa. Baby don't touch me there, mikono weka juu.
Unique boy.
Sapa tunakula bora tushibe, mwiko refu tunafungadi mshipi bora tupike, kamba ya buto unaweza gongewa, hauna mbota na bado timing unatolewa, bora mpishi jumpishi bora shaolewa, easy but niko easy ganji kitolewa. Baby don't touch me there, mikono weka juu in the air, I say touch me there, sugar down low find me there. Nice and lovely, sweet and sexy girl, won't you catch a wine for me? And take me back to December, ukipuliza kipenga, imetiwe ndo referee. Ashifula, pomekuza mulima. Anainama, anainuka. Atoti dedile sudika. Hakuna charivas, nikisha kanyaga sina. I'm always on time. Hakuna zimefika kwenye nginyo ni magret. Feeling really high.
Yani na do flow.
wacha kuspread hizo rumors. Ati gari yangu ni alone, mara nimewekwa na sponyo. Wacha kuspread hizo rumors. Dada Masi.
Don't spread, don't spread, don't spread. 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 Lagi tu mina pata. Bibi dina jasho imeniweka hapa. Mini kufa, na nakula bata. Wenye wivu wajinyonge wakitaka.
Wanababaika sana wakiona vile Mungu anafungua njia. Mwenzangu we pambana, usiseme Illuminati na nisaidia. Wanahangaika sana wakitafuta vile wataniharibia. Kile nachopata naridhika na najivunia. Wanasema nimesota, mimi sina do. Mara niko wash wash na osha do. Wacha kuspread hizo rumors. Ati gari yangu ni alone, mara nimewekwa na sponyo. Wacha kuspread hizo rumors.
Unique.
Don't spread, don't spread, don't spread. 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 Criminal, nanita criminal. Tunaenda kutafuta usiku misio criminal. Criminal, nanita criminal. Na level zangu ziko top, you can feel me low. Doba zangu wanga genje ya nini mbaya. Eti dofen mepote ya niko ulaya. Kwa danso niko dient mini live wire. Manzi yangu ni saize taziwa muraya.
Wanababaika sana wakiona vile Mungu anafungua njia. Mwenzangu we pambana, usiseme Illuminati na nisaidia. Wanahangaika sana wakitafuta vile wataniharibia. Kile nachopata naridhika na najivunia. Wanasema nimesota, mimi sina do. Mara niko wash wash na osha do. Wacha kuspread hizo rumors. Mapenzi si tulishapendana, ananienzi na muenzi, alivyoumbika mashallah, katoto kenyota yani star, kanaleta mwangaza, sitaki kupoteza makita, wacha niringie dunia. Halo halo, nimekuja na tangazo, muoneni kwa macho, ameifunga milango ya roho yangu.
Je, wewe ni mpenda soka? Na je, wajua kuwa KBC mwenzi wako wa dhati michezoni anakujali? Ndio maana KBC Channel 1 hukuletea taarifa na uchanganuzi wa soka.
CAF ndio wamechukua usukani
humu nchini, barani Afrika na ugaibuni, ikiwemo EPL, Serie A, Bundesliga na ligi zingine. Mashabiki pia hutuzwa kwa kujibu maswali kuhusiana na soka.
Swali letu la leo.
Haya yote ni kwenye kipindi cha Dunda Dunda kwenye KBC Channel 1 kila Ijumaa kuanzia saa 5 asubuhi hadi saa 6:30 mchana.
Nawahimiza Wakenya waendelee ku-watch Dunda Dunda show.
KBC, mwenzio wa dhati michezoni.
Wiki hii kwenye Mkulima
tunaangazia ufugaji wa samaki Makueni
na kisha ubora wa kawi ya jua kule shambani.
Karibu miaka 10 tangu nianze kutumia sola. Nilianza kutumia sola juu huku kwetu stima hakuna. Stima tumeomba stima tupate. Tukaamulia sola.
Ungana nasi Jumamosi saa 10:30 hapa KBC Channel 1
kwa mseto kamili wa kilimo.
We want to delve on a topic on spiritual maturity. There are many ways that people grow, and one of the ways to grow is also grow spiritually.
But the Bible says when you go in the book of Romans, inasema as many as are led by the Spirit of God, now they become sons.
Okay.
So maturity inatoka from a child to a son. Okay. Christ honesty closer than a friend. Wenda upoetua hati yako pale, and again, akikuambia uende kwa mentor fulani, manze sikumika huko. Na huo mentor Kenya atakwambia, watch a story mob, submit, skiza, na God atakuhelp.
You're not too young to know God, not too young. By the age of 12, Jesus alikuwa anachambua scripture.
Okay, and we're back. Let's talk about securing those memorable moments as we are in the festivities. Yes, I mentioned that we are attending concerts and different events here and there. How about we look at ways in which we can be able to secure those moments, make them memorable, and not start thinking about, oh, that's the time when I lost my phone, that's the time when this and this happened to me while I was at that concert. No, let's just remember those memories like we should, like they're beautiful memories. And for that reason, I am joined by a representative from the Association of Bouncers of Kenya. His name is David Odhiambo. David, karibu sana.
Karibu sana.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
That's good.
I think we had a conversation with you last year around the very same time.
The same time, yeah.
The same time last year.
Yeah.
And here you are, because yes, we are into that time as well. We're into that moment where Sasa events are back to back. So for those maybe who would want to get to know you better, aside from just the introduction that I've done, if you can just tell us more about who you are.
Okay. I'm David Odhiambo, and I'm a bouncer or a private security officer. And first and foremost, I would like to tell everyone good morning, and I would like to wish everyone a happy Jamhuri Day, because tomorrow is a very special day for this country.
Yes.
It was the day that we found the independence and the freedom and the liberty that we do have.
That's true.
Okay. Apart from that, being a private security officer in Kenya, it's something which is, nowadays we can say it is a special thing, because back in the days we didn't have the role of private security officer.
Okay.
And through the promulgation of the Private Security Act, nowadays we have private security officers. Back in the days, they were used to be called watchmen, and we no longer use those terms.
We no longer use the word watchman.
Yeah, because now it is a professional. Once you have trained, just like in the media, we have presenters.
Yeah.
You have underwent training,
Yeah.
vetting, and so forth.
Yeah.
Now you are called a presenter. The same thing in the private security industry. Nowadays, private security guards go for a training, they are vetted, and also given a guard force number, which showcases that you have underwent training and now you are a professional officer. Yeah.
That's nice. And it's good that you have clarified that. Yeah. So now it is the season. I keep saying this because yes, it is the season. Yeah. So what does this season mean for you now as private security guards? How does this period of time look like for you?
Okay, this is the period that I would like to tell private security officers and the community in general. It is the time we are supposed to be vigilant, because remember, it is a festive season whereby people would like to entertain themselves. We have been working, let's say, for the past 11 months. Now it is a festive year, because everyone understands that during festive season, I think this is the only festive season in the world which is celebrated for a very long time, because to a point whereby you will see companies closing up, telling the people it is time for you to go entertain yourselves.
Yeah.
Because all work without play make Jackson
a dull boy, yeah, for sure.
So those are the kind of things. So as a security officers, for those who will be on duty during this festive season, it is high time that they should be vigilant. Let's say in events, because events are occasions which are done once, and there are memorables whereby we should also remember that we did a certain event, we brought a certain artist during this time of the year. We should also ensure that safety is the core, whereby we ensure that each and everyone attending those events feel safe.
Yeah. And this also means that, you know, if you are an event organizer or anyone who's putting up an event, it is a must for you to have security.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like every person who's setting up an event, you have to think about the security of the people who are in this event. So you can't have an event and not have security personnel, whether it's private, whether it's the, you know, our public, our officers that we have in the country. Just ensure that you have security personnel at your event. And, you know, what would you say is your responsibility as a private security officer?
Okay, there's something which you have mentioned, and I would like to put it as an example. You cannot have a car which doesn't have a driver. The car will not go, because without security, nothing can happen. For a country, for a country like America, Kenya, and so forth, for a country like America to be called a superpower, they have invested heavily on security, and that is what is giving them that pride of being a superpower. And also in our republic, we have done so many things through public and private security to ensure that safety. So for us as private security officer, we usually collaborate with event organizers, and we try to also to advise them on ways on how they can secure their events to be a perfect event. Because if you are an event organizer and you usually do event, you should also ensure that the safety of those attending the event is well checked, because there's what we call proactive planning, then we have the reactive planning, then we have the post-event planning. All of these are put in different stages. Proactive is when we start to prepare events, something which we know it will happen, but we are trying to prevent things like risk and so forth. And now when it comes to reactive now it is when now we are doing the event, we are doing things physically as per the event is happening. Then when we come to post-active event, now we write report. This is what happened. These are some of the incidents, and this is what we shall try in the future to make sure that events are much safer.
So you do a whole analysis after as well to ensure that, you know, the next event will be even better in terms of when we talk about matters security. Now, for a while now, for the longest time, when you talk about concerts in the 254, akukosagi mtu ambaye atarudi nyumbani akisema I lost my phone. Someone snatched my phone, I don't know how I lost it, you know, some guys came to me and they, you know, attacked me and they took my phone. Why do we have these cases?
Okay, these cases usually happens because in any community we have good and bad. And the good side is the bigger percent, while the bad percent is the smaller percent. So I usually tell event goers also, because I know security starts with you. You cannot tell me that as an event goer, you will not take care of yourself, you will not take care of your belongings. You know, some people are also careless to a point whereby somebody has gone to a concert, somebody has a phone, which maybe let's say an expensive phone, you leave it on the table unattended, and another person come and picks it up. Those are the kind of incidents also that happens. But we as security try our level best to make sure that no one lost his belongings, and we make sure that there is no any such kind of incidents which can make the event to be seen as a negative event Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're there as security guards, are you allowed to beat anyone who's causing trouble? Because I remember there was a case, but this is a while back, maybe 2-3 years ago. There was a case of a boy, I don't know if he was snatching someone's phone or what was happening allegedly, and he was beaten to death. And it is said that he was beaten by bouncers, allegedly. It's a story of, I think, 2021, 2022, thereabout. So when you go for these events, like, what are some of the do's and don'ts for you as security people? Are you allowed to actually beat someone to that point?
Let's put common law, which everybody knows you're not supposed to assault. Remember, private security officer is just a normal citizen, but private security now, it is a profession. We are not allowed to assault anyone. Our work is just what we call, as I started, proactive, not reactive. Proactive, whereby we try to de-escalate issues. Let's say, for instance, one of the attendees visit an event, maybe a scuffle has happened. It is the work of this private security officer at the ground to try and de-escalate the issue. I will not advocate for any type of violence from our security officers. Private security officers are not allowed, and I'll repeat, are not allowed to assault anyone. Because if you find a private security assaulting someone, that is someone who is in discipline, because we are supposed to be also to be a discipline force. But in private.
So you
then
Go ahead, sorry.
Also, apart from that, we have what we call do's and don'ts. As a private security officer, when you come at your workstation, you should also ensure that you are calm. You don't bring, let's say maybe you had a bad day at home. You are not supposed to bring those habits at work. You're supposed just to be calm, let's say, period.
Yeah. And your work there is to ensure that you're maintaining order, right? Ensuring everything is going according to plan, there's order. If there's anyone who's causing chaos, I mean, just deal with them. By dealing with them, I don't mean that he assaults them, but just dealing with them, like getting them away from whatever it is they were doing. That is the work that you are supposed to do when you're there as a private security officer.
Okay, let's say for bouncers, those supervisors, and event trained security officers, our main job is to check IDs, because in events we are not supposed to allow underage in a place where liquor and alcohol is being sold. Secondly, our work can also be to follow instructions that have been given by the, let's say, event organizer or the owner of the establishments. Maybe there is a specific day for dress code. This is not discrimination, because most of these people advertise. So maybe, let's say, today you are supposed to wear casual and you come wearing in a different manner, which I'll just tell you as private security, the management has told us
I
you are
love
not.
that. For those ambao mnaitwa events za watu kuna dress code and then you just show up looking the way you want. So you can actually ask someone to go back.
You have that liberty to do so, because we say the management have the right of admission. Remember, this is a private event. And if they have rules and regulation, they should be followed. And that's why they usually employ or hire bouncers, those supervisors or event trained security officers to check on such kind of things. And apart from that, bouncers, event trained security officers, and those supervisors are allowed to eject someone from an event, but they are supposed to use very peaceful methods.
I get you on that, and I love the fact that you do so much. Sometimes we may not see it. When we attend events, sometimes we might not recognize the people who and the work that has been put behind bringing that event to life, and that includes the security people, because they're part of ensuring that the event is running and it is running smoothly. So sometimes we don't get to see that as party goers or event attendees. We just assume it. Sisi bora tuko huko tusikie fiti, tujibambe, you know. But that is good. You know, the fact that nimeenda event and I've attended the whole thing and I've gone back home without even realizing, yeah, there was a bouncer there. It means that event was well managed because there wasn't need for me to know kuna kitu inafanyika pale. Yeah. So when it comes to all the events or concerts that you've been able to attend, when do you say that was a job well done altogether, you know, for the in the event?
Okay, as you have said, I will start by saying that security is not a product but a process. It is not a product that you will go out in the supermarket and buy. It is a process whereby we plan. That's where I say, when I started talking, I said we have proactive, we have reactive, and then we have post-event report. Okay, for me to say that event has been successful, most of the time we usually rely on the replies and from the feedback from those who attended the event, because an event organizer automatically will give you a report. Apart from that, event goers also will say, we attended this event, we found security was well managed from the entrance until to the venue. And apart from that, there's what I've said, what we call the post-event security report, whereby we also write report on what we saw, because, you know, as a private security officer also, you should write something that showcase that this is what we did, these were the adults that we found while we were working, so that next time when you have such an event, you either improve or you make sure that now it is much better than it was before. Yeah.
How can we as the event goers make your work easier?
Okay. As event goers, for you guys to make our work easier, first and foremost, you have to follow the house rules, because I understand each and every event, when you enter at the entrance, you usually put big labels showing the house rules. And if event goers can just follow these simple house rules, because remember also there is a place whereby we usually write, take care of your belongings. Most of this time you may find some people saying that mali yangu ilipotea, but it is not so. You find a friend took someone's phone, a friend took someone's purse, went with it, but now kwa sababu umezima nini, even kuna kwanga point whereby unapata hata sisi tunaona umelewa sana, tunasema wacha kifungu yako hapa, utarudia gari kesho, take an Uber, go home, because there is no need, and I'm repeating, there is no need as a private security officer to see someone is overdrunk, is not in a stable state, and you just allowing him to go and to get in his car and to drive home.
That's also part of your responsibility, but that is, I feel it's just common sense for everyone. Even if you're out with your friends and you realize your friend has taken way too much or is drinking, don't allow them to get into their car and drive home. I think that's also just should be common for everyone. Usikubali rafiki yako ama mtu ambaye unamuona yenyewe huyu amelewa na anaenda kuingia kwa gari kuendesha gari. Just don't allow them.
But remember also, we usually say excessive drinking of alcohol can impair judgment. Remember, these people didn't come here just to sit. They came here to have fun. They took liquor. So this is whereby we call it is a private security person manning that area to also understand the mood. Because when, let's say, a group of people, they came, they had fun, you'll find 50 to 90% they will not end up going home the same way they were. So it is the work of also private security also to observe such kind of things.
You usually have a lot to when we have events happening. Is there an event that you went to and you were just like, oh, that event was so hectic, like ilikupatia kazi? Do you get such?
Okay, I can say there was, we have gone to so many events which have happened, and most events which give security officer an hectic time is football match events in Kenya. Because football match, most of the time, football spectators have a tendency of saying that we shall enter an event without paying or without having tickets. Even if you saw what happened in the Chan, during the Chan football matches, let's say, for instance, also the Mashemeji derbies.
Yes.
Most of the time you'll find the fans saying, sisi ni watu wai, or they will say the ticketing people are taking longer time to allow us to get in. So sometimes there is a security lapse, not from, I'm not saying for in a bad perspective, but you may find that the attendees now are impatient, waiting in the line. Somebody saying, mimi nilianza kusimama hapa kutoka saa 6 ni saa 10 bado sijaingia. Now they'll try pushing themselves forcefully into an event. Those are the kind of hectic times that private security officer usually find it rough.
Yeah, those are usually the ones that give you people a hard time. Football matches.
Yeah, because we have different type of events. And most of the time, even if you have seen on the news, football matches, most of the time, because football matches are the events which usually have a very huge number of spectators.
It's usually a lot of people, and it's dangerous because it can easily cause a stampede, and when a stampede happens, like the probability of us losing lives is really, really high. So sometimes we assume, but really it's for our own safety. When you're asked to just line up, watu waingie moja moja ukiwa tagged, sometimes we feel impatient or we get impatient, but it is for our own safety. Manake sasa huyu akisukumana mwingine asukumane, sasa nyinyi yote mmesukumana, you know, we might have a stampede. So yeah, it's good that you've put that out there. It's important. Tufuate tu vile kunafaa kuenda.
Utaratibu ile meko.
Tuende tu na mtaratara.
Vile inahitajika. Go left.
Yes.
Because sometimes there's also one thing which I would like the event goers to know. We should also check on time. Most of the time you may find that event is supposed to start at 3, then you find somehow event goers come at 2:30. Now everybody is rushing to do what? To get in. Sometimes you should also just try to give private security a very easy time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Which are the easiest ones to go? Okay, I will interrupt this conversation just a bit. I want to hand you over, we head over to State House. The President of the Republic of Kenya, that is President William Ruto, confers and gazettes the 54 names of lawyers and advocates that were approved to senior counsel's rank by the 10-member committee of senior counsels chaired by SC Philip Murgor. That was happening last week. So there we have it. That's State House, Nairobi. If we can just get to head over there for that.
To serve the nation. We ask that they may use this opportunity for the good of our blessed country to foster equity and fairness, so that in each of their roles, justice may roll on like a river and righteousness like a never-failing stream, as your word reminds us in Amos 5:24. Grant each of them your grace to use the law correctly, to bring confidence in the institutions they lead or serve, to inspire the next generation that law remains one of our strongest pillars in this country, but also to use this role to foster national cohesion and the healing of wounds caused by injustice. We thank you for our President, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, for his leadership of this blessed country. We ask that you help him to keep his head up in all situations, preserve his heart from absorbing the negativities that leadership attracts. We ask that you bless his efforts and commitment in leading Kenya to a first world nation, for we know that it is possible. Hear these prayers we offer on behalf of these your servants gathered here. In your most holy name we pray. Amen.
Your Excellency and all honored guests, you may kindly take your seats. Your Excellency, the President, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Your Ladyship, the Chief Justice, Your Ladyship, the Deputy Chief Justice, the Honorable Attorney General, Principal Secretaries present, the Chairperson of the Committee on Senior Counsel, members of the Selection Committee on Senior Counsel, the leadership of the Law Society of Kenya, esteemed Senior Counsel conferees, and your honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to this conferment ceremony. Your Excellency, sir, this state ceremony is convened pursuant to Section 17 of the Advocates Act, Chapter 16 of the Laws of Kenya, for the conferment of the rank and dignity of Senior Counsel upon 54 distinguished